Hey guys, Annie, and I'm back. I'm gonna try again with my Dragon's Blood soap that I want to do. This is my texture mat. I ordered this just for this rimmed soap challenge, and I did one attempt, and I was trying to slice it, and I ended up slicing halfway through the middle, and the whole thing just did not work. So what I'm gonna do is something a little different. I'm gonna try for another single layer rim, this time in the oven. Right here I have it's Tatsiana's recipe for the vegan and palm-free soap. And I'm going to just press it right into the indentations on my mat. This soap I colored, the first one that I tried, I actually had a little syringe and was filling in each of the little scaled portions separately. And I just wanted to kind of go easy on myself this time. All one color for the indentations, and then I'm going to do black on top of that. Colors I did the first time were an orange pigment, a copper mica, and a sienna mica, and they all turned out really pretty. So what I figured I would do is blend the orange with the copper, so it gets a bright orange, but that sparkle is still there, because when I gel it, the sparkle actually really stays. So this is going to be kind of a sparkly copper orange, and then I'm going to do a light layer of black on top of that. And all soap that I color black, I use activated charcoal. I just really like the color I get with that. I thought, why bother with anything else when I know that works? I'm going to have some left over here because I'm doing the single layer, but I really hate cutting into it. That's my biggest struggle, and I really want this to work out this time. One thing, even when I was messing with my last run of this attempt, even though I cut it through the middle, I thought maybe it'll still fit. And when I was trying to get it into the mold, I scraped up a little bit of this pattern trying to get it in there. So when I try to get it into the tube this time, I need to be very careful in inserting it so I don't squish the pattern. The soap is still so soft when we're putting it in the tubes that I just don't want the entire pattern to get gunked up. And I wasn't even going to do this soap this way. I was going to leave it in the slab mold and do Dragon's Blood like that with the recipe I'm familiar with, let it, completely set up before I try to peel the mat off. But, excuse me, my craft show yesterday, I had a friend of mine's kid, a little helper, and he's like, do you have any Dragon's Blood soap? And I'm like, oh, I don't, but I'm about to. So he apparently really likes Dragon's Blood. And I just thought, you know what, I need to make this work, because it's going to look really cool this way as long as it works out. Everything's filled in there. It's just barely filled in. I can hold this up for you. My soap's getting really thick, and I know my black over there is even thicker. But we're just barely filled in. Slide it into my mold here. And I'm going to pour my black on top. It is. Oh my gosh, it's almost soap on a stick. Look how thick and chunky that is. Oh my goodness. Might end up being completely orange. No, I can make this work. I can make this work. I soaped a little hotter today because I'm being very impatient. This I had to blend a little bit more because the black was not incorporating. You know what? That's too thick. I'm just gonna go with the orange. It's gonna be solid orange rim. Because this is spreadable. The other stuff's gonna be chunky and not even, and I need it to be even and thin. A little bit of black chunks are sticking, which won't be bad necessarily. I'm so panicked this isn't going to work out, but I really want it to. And because I'm going to do a single layer, I'm going to just barely oven process it. This mold in particular, the instructions I got with this mold, it says if you're going to oven process, put it in at 170, but then immediately turn the oven off. So because I haven't been doing that, my mold doesn't want to stay together. I actually have a little piece of string that I'm going to doubly make sure that this rim is secure with. I did that with the last time in the oven, and it did work out, so that's what we're going with today, too. Oh, it sucks about that black. But that allows me to do black in the center. I was probably going to do, like, red iron oxide for the center. Because I know Dragon's Blood just colors a bit, and I think that just kind of goes with the theme of the dragon, but Now maybe I'll do black and red in the center, just black in the center, I'm not sure. It really all depends on how this works out. I'm trying to get this as even as possible so I'm not going to be shaving into it. I've had so much cutter problems with these rims, and then just my regular cutter broke, and I'm just not trying to mess with it this time. I want it to be single layer and at least see if the single layer does work in the oven better than, I had a different recipe when I did my single layer watermelon, so we're just gonna have to see together, aren't we? Okay. Whew. So as even as we're gonna get, this giant chunk of black soap is totally useless. So we need to do a tap. See? The frickin' thing on my mold popped off, even just from that. Yeah, when I use this mold in the future, guys, I'm not going to be doing a lot of oven processing with it because, wow, I can barely handle it. It's not ideal. This thing's driving me crazy. Tie up my little string. This keeps this from popping outwards in the oven. And this is a cotton string, so it's not going to melt in the oven, obviously. If this was acrylic or something, we would be in trouble. Okay, that's going to hold this bad boy together long enough to at least gel. Sorry you were kind of out of view on that, but here we go. It's a coppery orange. I'm going to gel it right now. The soap's already real hot, so I think we're going to gel okay. I'll check back in with you guys in a little bit. Hey guys, so I went ahead and trimmed this up. I figured that part you probably don't need to see again if you watch other videos of mine when I'm doing this technique. But here is my beautiful orange textured rim. It's still pretty soft, and I did even still get some oiliness to it on this end side. And this is a single piece. I did not do any shaving because the shaving drives me freaking nuts, to be honest. But as you can see, it turned out okay. It's very flexible. It was in the oven for a little under an hour, and it's been sitting out for almost 40 minutes. I checked on it 10-15 minutes ago and it wasn't quite ready, and now it's perfect. So I want to be very delicate to the edges here because this is still very soft, and I don't want to squish up this beautiful pattern. I'm not sure yet if I'm going to do mica on the outside or not, but I think it would really benefit from some of my like dark coppery micas that I have. I think it would look pretty cool. I'm still not sure if I think I want to do black in the center. I was thinking about red oxide, but I really think that black with this orange and with an accent of some dark coppery colors would look really nice. I've seen, in Tatsiana's video, she rolled her rim onto something. I think a lot of people are doing that. This is so much easier for me to just form it gently in my hands. Now, that's just me. It may not be easier for you that way, but that's where I'm at. I want to be very gentle getting this in here. I really don't want to smush up the sides. I really don't. It's still so soft. I had to go to the store today to specifically get more Pringles. They were on sale though, so I'm all stocked up, so to speak. Okay, now it's just stretching and smushing time. No, I even think I need to shave off the tiniest bit more. Shoot. Tiniest bit off the edge here. I don't even want to uncurl it all the way. So I'm just going to very lightly eyeball it. It's about 5 millimeters, I would say. That I just shaved off, and I think that's about all that I need. So. We barely touched here at the top. That's going to be probably trimmed off anyways. So, what are you going to do? Here we go. I'm really hoping my edges turned out okay. I may have to do some cleaning on the outside after I pull this out to make sure that it's staying super sharp. But I'm really hoping that it works this time. So, fingers crossed. I will probably fill this up with soap either tonight or tomorrow. You can watch me fill it up with some dragon's blood soap right now. Hey guys, I'm ready to pour the center of my dragon rimmed soap here. I got antsy. I was afraid I smushed the whole sides, and I only have 1 ounce of dragon's blood fragrance. I didn't want to waste it if the sides were all smushed. But I peeled back, and it looks really good. Not sure if I'm going to mica on the outside or not yet. I'm really pleased that it didn't get totally smushed. At least not in this spot. So let's go ahead and fill her up, eh? Get this out of the way for now. I have a tiny, tiny little batch of soap batter here. This is Castile. I'm doing extra virgin olive oil because I want enough time to alternate between my colors here. I'm gonna do whatever it is when you're pouring into a cylinder mold and you alternate the colors and they kind of create little rings, whatever that's called, that's what I'm doing. I'm gonna alternate black, for which I have some activated charcoal and argan oil. I did super fat this too with argan oil and some cocoa butter, which I'm excited about. There's activated charcoal, and then this one, this is an orange bath bomb colorant on top of some copper sparkle mica, and I think it's red clay mica. And I'm soaping kind of hot because I would like these to try to gel. I'm gonna like really bundle it up in a towel after this and kind of swaddle it and see if we can get a gel in the middle, because as much as it's a pain in the butt to gel in the oven, I do think the colors look really good a lot of the time, so I would like to have that. Also, I wanted this color to be darker than the orange of my rim. It's actually a really bright orange, so this I want to be much more red copper kind of. That's why I added the red clay in there. It's actually the same colorants minus the red clay that I did for the rim, just in a lesser, the rim had a lesser amount of color. So I went pretty heavy on the color. Oh, that's gorgeous. This dragon's blood too, let me tell you, there's a lot of different dragon's bloods out there. And it just reminds me of incense. I was trying to tell Chris about this idea even before the fragrance got here. I'm like, hey, I'm going to need your help picking a name for this when it gets here. But it's dragon's blood. He's like, well, what's it supposed to smell like? Like, it smells like incense, is basically what I said. Then he smelled it. I said, huh. And I was even looking online. Some suppliers have different descriptions for their dragon's blood. Where I got mine, which is Indigo Fragrance, one of my absolute favorite fragrance companies ever. It's described as cedarwood, blood orange, and patchouli. And I swear I can smell each note. The blood orange comes through really strong, the patchouli, but I'm also getting almost like a cocoa scent in the background, so I thought the cocoa butter would be really nice. It's sweeter than I'm used to. Oh, I was never really a super big fan of dragon's blood. I didn't hate it, but it was never my go-to or anything. But this smells just delicious. Oh, it smells so good. So here's my black and my copper here. We're not too hot. I'm not sure if I'm going to get a gel out of this or not. Probably not. Cooled down kind of quick, frankly. I'm just going to alternate pouring these in. The extra virgin olive oil is leaving me nice and fluid, even though I did a huge water discount. Just going to do a little pour. And then a little pour. I wish I had a light shining down in there for you guys. We'll just have to see what happens when I cut it. My cutter did break, so I'm not sure how I'm going to cut this tomorrow. We'll find out together. This is a good batter. texture to hopefully have these colors incorporate a little as I'm pouring, but not completely together. When you're trying to do this and it's too thick, it just does not work out. This is a super, super small batch of soap too. I'm only going to get 4 bars from this probably. I'm barely going to make it to the top. And we are, you know, over the edge a little bit where the seam didn't even come together. So I'm going to be chopping off some of that anyhow. But we are definitely not going to have any left over with this. Now that I know how great this dragon's blood fragrance smells, I'm probably going to order more of it. I only got the 1 ounce because I knew I was going to end up making a small batch, just because of the size of the texture mat I'm using. I really like this dragon's blood. I'm going to buy this and make other stuff with it, or make another soap even. I'm not sure, but it's really pleasant. It does still have that incensey vibe, like, don't get me wrong, but this just feels more complex than that. Like there's really a lot to it. And Indigo Fragrance, they're a family-run company. They used to be on Etsy. That's how I found them. I actually shopped. They had 2 separate shops. One was theirs and one was their daughter's. And I shopped them separately for a while before I realized that it was the same family, basically. Now they have their own website. And I love getting fragrance from them. Got a good selection. And a lot of them have info on how they do in cold process. Not all of them, but a lot of them do. And they're all around a good company. I like supporting them, and I think they may have even blended this fragrance themselves. That's kind of my point. Is I think this might be an Indigo Fragrance original blend of Dragon's Blood. I'm not sure. It just feels like a unique blend. So yeah, there we are. It is nice and dark in the center. There will be contrast here. I will see you guys when I go to cut into this. Really hoping it's not a super struggle with my little piece of wire and cork. But we'll see. We'll see right now what I decide to do. I'll see you then. Hey guys, I'm ready to cut into my Dragon's Blood soap. We did get some smushing of the pattern as I was putting it in the tube, and as you can see, we got some that leaked up through the edges too, so super bumming me out. It's like really, really bumming me out, but what are you going to do? Nothing, because I'm out of castor oil. But a lot of it looks cool. The swirls, I think, are going to be cool. I wasn't even going to cut it on camera because I have my cutter's broken, and I'm actually going to be using the slicing tool that I made to do the cutting, but I thought, you know, I might as well just do that here. I cut the ends off in it because it's so soft in the middle still, that with the extra virgin olive oil, that it's actually not too bad. This is what I cut my Nantucket soap with, and it was really hard to do, and that's why I kind of edited that part of the video out, because it was pretty painful to watch. So this shouldn't be that bad. I get some cuts and then see what we're looking at them. This technique isn't as hard as I thought it was going to be. It's still not easy either, and things haven't exactly been working out the way I want. So that's tricky. Yeah, that cut like a dream. That actually cut okay. Pretty cool inside. And like this one looks good. There's very little smushing on this one, so that makes me feel good. And it cut really nicely too. The other soap, not only did I use the pumice oil, the Nantucket soap, but it also sat in mold for 2 days without being cut because I was busy, so that also made it really tricky to cut. If it weren't, I almost didn't cut this because I thought it was going to need more time, but with this cutter that I'm using, this is kind of how I have to do it, and it's cutting like a dream. So that's good. I didn't end up popping this in the oven after I made it too. I turned the oven on, put the soap in, and then shut it off and let it sit all night. I'm not sure if it is, I mean, I don't think it gelled. I still don't think that it gelled. Oh well. Smells good. Yeah, I'm getting notes, the cedar, the patchouli, and the blood orange that it's described as all come through very prominently. You smell a little bit of cocoa, a little bit of clove in here. There's another something. Forgive my face. But, oh, it smells really good. I'm not sure what that last little note is. I'm getting 5 bars out of this, which is cool. I thought I was only going to get 4. I'm liking the way the swirls turned out, that cool little dot. There's the other side that you can see typically. Yeah, this was a hard one. That darn texture mat. I mean, you have to, when you're using the impression mat, you generally would want to keep it stuck to the mat for as long as possible before you peel it off. This, you know, there's a time limit. I have to get my soap into the tube as soon as possible. So I think I said it in one of my videos that it didn't work out, but I will say this is I saw on Tatsiana's blog after I already purchased this impression mat. She made a soap with this exact mat. I think it had rose hips in the center portion of the soap. Oh, that's cool. A little moon shape almost. So she had made a soap with this texture mat too, and hers turned out way better than mine. Tatsiana, you are amazing. I don't even know how you do a lot of what you do. You're so talented, and just props to you. Thank you for teaching us how to do this technique. And thanks to Amy. I really want to thank Amy because I think she puts in a lot more work into these challenges that we, as the people who enter, even realize. So thank you, Amy. You do so much for us as the challengers, and I'm just really happy that this challenge exists and I get to participate in it. And so thank you for everything that you do for us. I really appreciate it. And I'm really happy to be a part of this little soaping community. It makes me happy. There are my soaps. They're pretty cool. I don't think I'm gonna win, man. I'm telling you, I get all butthurt every time I don't win, but what you gonna do? There's so many other talented people out there making gorgeous soaps, and you know, I'm really just happy to be a part of it. So that's that. Here's my one that I cut off on the edges. Overall, though, like you're just a regular person trying to buy soap, you wouldn't really care that it wasn't a perfectly textured outside. So yeah, there's that. Thank you so much again to Tatsiana and Amy. I cannot stress that enough. And all of you watching, please watch Amy's video on how to enter your soap. I watch it every time, even though I feel like I know what I'm doing, but I don't. She has to go and correct so many people's entries. So just watch the video, guys. She puts all this work in, and you gotta help her out. Okay, I'm done. I'm gonna take pictures now. See you guys soon. Thank you again so very much, and good luck to all the other challengers. All right, bye.